It's your friendly neighborhood laser lady, and if you are ready to take your laser game to the next level, then we are going to learn today how to take a full color image like this and turn it into an engraved project like that. There are a few different ways for us to be able to achieve these results, so let's get into the first way to do it.
One thing I gotta note first is there are so many types of lasers out there, all with their own laser machine software. This means you might have more steps to follow after you prepare your image, or you might even be able to skip some steps. Plus, I only go over a few ways to prepare your pictures. There are way more methods than the ones I'm covering here. We will need to morph a color picture into just black and white for our laser. Any grays or gradients will need to be achieved with dots for shapes that are close or far apart. Now, if you watch some of my videos, we have used the trace bitmap function before in Inkscape, but this is why it's not going to work for your color pictures. Even if you make the picture black and white first, the trace bitmap will just fail you. It only picks up the darkest colors and tends to blob it all together despite toggling around. But there is one way I have found that could be a great fit for your picture, and that is with Inkscape's built-in filter called point engraving. While you have the picture selected, go up to Filters, down to Image Paint and Draw, and then over to Point Engraving. It will pull up a floating box. First, click the Fill Color tab on the top and make sure the color is pure white. Then in the Point Color tab, make sure it's pure black. Then back on the main tab, click the Live Preview box so you can see your picture as you edit it. Now we can start fiddling around. Each picture will have completely different requirements in all these toggles. If your picture still has gray colors, be sure the blur toggle is all the way down to 0.01. Once you get it how you like it, click Apply and close the box. Now you can export the image as a bitmap, JPEG, or even an SVG, depending on what your laser software requires. My favorite way to fine-tune your picture into a pure black and white image is with a free online editing program called 𝗦𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗃. The best part about this site is it is super easy to navigate and you don't need to make an account or pay to download your edited pictures. So go to 𝗦𝗃𝗃𝗲𝗃 and click Edit a Photo. Import your picture and let's start editing. First, we need to make the picture black and white. All the functions are on the left-hand side. I toggled the contrast a little bit because it's such a light picture, and make sure you hit apply before going to the next step. Once it's in black and white, scroll up a little and find equalize. This will have gray tones, but don't worry about that yet. This will evenly distribute your grays. I toggle the fade up a bit to heighten the black objects. Next, hit apply and go one down to local contrast. Now we are really going to start separating the gray colors. I go all the way up on the strength toggle. Now we're getting closer. Hit apply and go one more down to light and contrast. Again, I go all the way up on the contrast toggle. The light toggle will depend on your picture. Finally, this is where we get rid of any remaining gray color. Hit apply and move one more down to adjust threshold. Balance the white and black threshold to find the perfect look. Make sure there are no grays in your image. If you need to adjust, go back a few steps and keep fiddling around. Depending on how you plan on engraving this, you might need to invert your black and white colors, and there's a function on here to do just that. Now, once your picture is ready to go, download it and let's keep rocking. An extra bonus of having such a great black and white picture is now we can import it back into Inkscape and use the trace bitmap function with success. You might want to outline the black shapes for your laser program, and Inkscape can do that now. Now I just need to make sure it looks good. The picture I happen to use for these examples is of my old boy Cyrus. He crossed the Rainbow Bridge a few years ago, so I love to memorialize him when I can. Hopefully he's looking down on me and not too disappointed in my projects. He was a bit of a grumpy Gus. And if you want to learn even more Inkscape skills, check out this playlist. Happy crafting!